The future of TV news could look like this.
Stars with Golden Globe winner Jennifer Garner.
The voice, computer-generated, sounds still very artificial, but the text looks far more natural. But believe it or not, no human being was involved in the making of this movie review. It was entirely written and read by machine. Scary, yes, especially if you're a journalist. Suddenly discovering a robot could take your job. So we went to meet the two brains behind this fiendish plan, two professors at Northern University in Illinois.
You know, Chris and I don't see ourselves as antagonistic to journalists.
We start to feel better until we discover that none of this is science fiction. Chris Malcolm works for a real TV network specialized in college sports. The day before we visited them, they had started to publish on their website the first stories totally produced by Larry and Chris's machine.
That's all information that you would find in a game story that any human being would write. But this came faster, and it came cleaner, and it came much more effectively.
The machine took statistics from the game and out of it wrote a report, little dry but as worthy as any published by real sports reporters. After sports, Larry and Chris are going into financial and market stories, also a data-heavy field where numbers can be translated into text. And that's only the beginning.
The machine is going to cover those areas where human journalists aren't covering them, either because of manpower issues or financial issues or audience issues. I mean, no one's going to write a story. No traditional journalist is going to write a story that's going to be read by 100 people. But if the machine is there, it can write that story, and those 100 people will be happy.
Still not really reassured, we step out of the lab and across the street to a symbol of old-fashioned journalism, the Chicago Tribune Tower. And here, surprise, robot journalists are not always seen as enemies.
If a machine can take your place, then it must not have been that hard in the first place.
Here, like in any newsroom in the world, journalists are trying to imagine their jobs in the 21st century, and robots might have a role.
What they're doing, in fact, might be great for human journalists, right? Because they're going to spend the time on the things that matter, you know, investigative reporting.
In its long history, the Tribune has won 25 Pulitzer Prizes, a feat that no robot journalist will ever achieve. Or will they?